My fiancée said at her bachelorette party, "Can't believe I'm stuck with him for life." Not knowing I was on the group video call, I unmuted and said, "Actually, you're not." Then I canceled the wedding venue, Honeymoon, and called her parents while still on the call. When she realized everyone heard everything, I swear my whole world flipped in less than 4 minutes. The kind of moment where your stomach becomes a black hole and you stop feeling your own hands. The kind of moment you don't forget even if you live to be 100. My fiancée, well, my ex-fiancée now, let's call her Emily, was at this fancy mountainside bachelorette weekend her sister Brittany planned. Spa robes, champagne towers, expensive dinners, all the stuff you see on Instagram and assume rich people do for fun. Except I paid for half of it. Yeah, I'm not proud of that part. But her family wasn't well off, and she cried twice about wanting something special and classy before the wedding, and honestly, at the time, making her happy felt worth it. So we had this agreement that she'd FaceTime me just to show me around the place, since I was basically helping fund it. She calls. All smiles, hair wrapped in a towel, wearing one of those white robes embroidered with gold lettering. She's laughing, blowing kisses at the camera, spinning around to show me the room and the spa balcony, telling me they were headed to dinner soon. She looked happy. I felt happy seeing her happy. Then she ended the call, except she didn't. She turned off her camera, but the audio stayed on, and I was still connected. I was literally about to hang up when I heard her sigh and say, "God, finally," thought he'd never shut up. And everything in my chest just stopped. One of her friends laughed that loud, obnoxious laugh every friend group unfortunately has, and Emily goes, 3 more weeks and I'm stuck with him for life. Like forever. Forever. The way she said forever like it was a prison sentence? Something inside me cracked. Her friend asked why she said yes if she felt that way, and Emily said, "Because he's safe, okay? He's stable. He's at the good job, the nice apartment. He spoils me. He'll give me the house and kids and all that. It's what my mom said I should want." And then she just kept digging her own grave. He's boring but predictable. Honestly, it's kind of nice. I spent my 20s with fun guys who trashed my life. Now I get the sweet, reliable one who will worship me. More laughter. Then Brittany goes, "Did you really guilt him into paying for this weekend?" And Emily, almost offended, says, "It wasn't guilt. I just hinted how stressful planning was for her and how tight money was getting. He offered. I mean, he makes way more than me anyway. It's only fair." Then she said the part that flipped the switch in me. "Plus, I'll probably quit my job after the wedding. Why work if I don't have to? I'll tell him after the honeymoon. Maybe get pregnant fast, so he can't say no." I felt physical nausea, like someone punched me from the inside out. I unmuted myself. I don't even know how I managed to keep my voice steady. Actually, I said, "You're not stuck with me for life." And suddenly the whole bachelorette party sounded like a gas leak exploded. Screaming chaos, glasses clinking, someone saying "Holy SH asterisk T." Someone else asking, "Is he joking?" Emily's voice comes in panic, shrill, "Michael? Baby? How long have you?" "Long enough," I said. I heard everything. The couch thing, the boring thing, the manipulation, the quitting your job plan, the pregnancy plan. All of it. She kept begging. No, it was girl talk. I didn't mean any of it. But I was already opening my laptop because rage does something weird to your decision-making. It sharpens and numbs you at the same time. "Hi," I told the wedding venue coordinator on speaker. "I need to cancel the reservation for 3 weeks from Saturday." The screaming behind Emily went hysterical. Her sister tried grabbing the phone, yelling at me to calm down. The coordinator told me there was a cancellation fee. I said, "That's fine. Cancel it." Emily was full-on sobbing now, her voice hoarse, begging, "Michael, please don't do this. Don't embarrass me like this. Let's talk." "You embarrass yourself," I said. Then I called the honeymoon resort. Canceled that. too. $6,000 down the drain. Didn't care. Then I dialed her parents on speaker mode, so her entire friend group could hear. Her dad answered cheerfully, calling me son, which made the knife twist even harder. I told him the wedding was off and exactly why. All of it. The manipulation. The comments. The plan to depend on me without telling me. The boring couch comparison. Silence. Then put her on the phone. And watching Emily's face collapse, mascara streaks, lips trembling, was the moment I realized this wasn't the woman I thought I was marrying. I hung up after her mom tried blaming everything on girl talk and accusing me of humiliating their daughter. I blocked all of them and sat in my silent apartment staring at the engagement ring I spent 4 months of salary on. I didn't cry until about an hour later, when my best friend Ryan came over and just sat beside me without saying a word. The next morning, the nightmare leveled up. Emily and Brittany came pounding on my door. Emily's makeup was smeared to hell, eyes swollen, wearing the same clothes she had on the call. She begged to come in. I let them. Ryan stood in the kitchen like backup security. Emily sobbed, saying she was drunk and trying to impress her friends. She didn't mean any of it. Brittany kept stepping in like some deranged lawyer, insisting I was blowing one comment out of proportion. I asked which part was a joke, the boring part, the couch part, the manipulation, the part where you said you trapped me with a baby. Emily went pale. I told them I recorded everything. Total lie. But the fear in her eyes? That told me everything I needed to know. She didn't say, "That's not what I meant." She said, "Delete it." That was all the confirmation I needed. Brittany accused me of financial abuse for expecting Emily to pay her half of the wedding costs I had already covered. Ryan laughed so hard he choked on his coffee. I told them to leave. Emily begged, pleaded, tried to touch my arm, asked for counseling, asked for one more chance. I didn't budge. They left finally, slamming the door and calling me heartless. Then came the text from cousins, friends, random people I barely knew, all saying I overreacted, that relationships are work, that I shouldn't throw away 3 years over girl talk. I blocked them all. Monday, her mother showed up at my office, screaming for me to go to counseling with her daughter. Security escorted her out. My boss saw the whole thing and told me I'd dodged a bullet. By Wednesday, Emily was sitting outside my building for hours waiting for me. She said she quit her job to prove she was serious about fixing things. I told her that quitting her job made even less sense now. She begged for help, begged for forgiveness, begged for one more chance. I told her the truth. You don't love me. You love the life you thought I'd give you. She cried harder. I went inside. She stayed outside for another hour. By Friday, I got a call from her lawyer. They were exploring financial compensation for wedding expenses. My cousin's husband, who's an attorney, laughed out loud and said she didn't have a case. Her lawyer must have told her the same, because they dropped it immediately. The weeks that followed were chaos. People taking sides, random messages from her mother saying God would punish me, co-workers whispering, but my real friends stuck around. They reminded me of every red flag I ignored. The crying every time budgets came up, the way she never offered to pay, the way she guilt me into upgrades, venues, trips, everything. And then came the day I was supposed to get married. Ryan and the groomsmen showed up, told me we were taking a boat out instead. No wedding talk, no pity, just beers and sunlight and the kind of silence that feels like healing. During the boat ride, Emily called from an unknown number. She was sitting outside the venue watching another couple get married. She said she wanted me to know what I took from her, that she was unemployed, living with her parents, that everyone now called her a gold digger. I told her she gave herself that title. She asked for money, begged for money, told me I was going to let her struggle. And for the first time in weeks, I didn't feel guilty. I told her I was going to support my wife. You're not my wife. And I hung up. After that, everything slowly started settling. I got therapy. I repainted my apartment, tossed the furniture we picked together, started going out more. I even went on a date, not romantic, just coffee with someone who'd been through something similar. We laughed about how people can pretend for years. I returned the ring and donated part of the refund to a literacy program, since Emily once loved reading to kids, felt weirdly full circle. And today, writing this, I realized something. I didn't just dodge a bullet. I dodged a slow, suffocating life where I'd always be the safe option, the reliable wallet, the good couch someone lounges on but never truly loves. I deserve more. We all do. If someone ever makes you feel like you're tolerated instead of cherished, like you're a placeholder, a financial plan, or an emotional cushion, trust your gut. The truth doesn't hide forever. And when it finally shows itself, believe it the first time. I'm good. Finally, genuinely good. Life didn't end when the engagement did. It just rerouted. And honestly, I think it rerouted somewhere better.